Hello, I'm Susan Nash, and I'm delighted to be here today. This is so exciting because this is a nice bridge between geology and education and training. And I'm excited because it just covers a lot of ground, and we have a pioneer in the industry with Claudia Ruiz-Graham, who has been doing augmented reality and virtual reality for quite a while, and at this point she's really doing amazing things, and I'm thrilled to be able to talk to her today about what she's doing and the innovation. So welcome, Claudia.
Thank you very much, Susan. I'm very glad to be here. Maybe to begin with, I would like to share a little bit about our background and how we got into this. So I'm a geologist by background, an explorer, with over 20 years of experience in the industry in international oil exploration. And I used to work for BP, and through my career, I had the opportunity to visit fantastic field trips and a lot of outcrops that helped me become a better explorer. And with the turn downs on the industry, on the oil prices, every time we went to many cycles like this, but at every downturn, a lot of people with a lot of experience will leave organizations without having enough time to transfer the skills to the younger generations. And also field trips will get canceled and things like that. So I wanted to make field trips available for everyone, independent of the cost of the physical limitations. So 5 years ago, I started my company, Image Reality. I got together working with some experts of gaming development. And we thought maybe we could put together virtual reality with drone technology and create those 3D models and bring them into real life scenarios. So for me, it was important that we could see and achieve high resolution, being able to see high resolution outcrop models, being able to integrate a lot of data, and being able to collaborate in the same space with multidisciplinary teams, because this is how we get to better decisions. So I got started working in virtual reality, and what was really amazing is how in 3D, the brain thinks in 3D. And we are used to see mostly things in 2D, in the 2D space on the desktop. But when you're completely immersed in the data, it's a completely different experience. And you get to retain knowledge better, and you get to make observations better. And not only that, but when you get engineers and geologists in the same space and management in the same space, everybody gets the concept like this. So it helps to boost communication, and it helps the understanding and better observations. And therefore, you get to a better decision process, and you reduce risk, and you get a better return. So Stratbox, the platform, is not only about training, and it was born like that, but it's also about helping teams to make better decisions, and helping teams working the subsurface to see analogues, to help geologists and engineers understand how the reservoirs look like and how they vary, and all the information of context in relation to the analogues. And also helping people to see examples from they have not been able to see before. Through my career, again, drawing from my career, I had the opportunity to work in basins across the world. And every time, I got to see a new basin, I could recognize things I have seen in other places. And that will help me to get to better interpretations. So
I just love it. Yeah. And so when I first met you, you were working with imaged reality, and you had the first immersive 3D experiences, like in the cliffs of Dover, things like that. And now you have a full array. Let's take a look at Stratbox.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
Perfect.
So give me just a second here. So this is a platform. It's called Stratbox. The company is called Image Reality. And is, as I said, it's a platform for collaborative data integration in 3D space. So it's hosted in the cloud. Our architecture is in AWS, and this enables secure access on demand to data sets, both to virtual reality and to desktop, offering an optimized download. But let's look. We work with virtual outcrops. This is a great quote from Professor Ben Miller from Aberdeen University. And it's, how the outcrops, we forget about this, but the outcrops, and especially the 3D outcrop models, enable us to get a better view and understanding of the 3D architecture of reservoirs, because we get to see views that we don't get to see in a normal, site views that give us an overall impression of the 3D architecture. In VR, as I said, once, let me play this video in the just click on this. So maybe so when you get in VR, you're totally immersed in the space. Just reduce this. So the user is completely surrounded by the data.
I think you might need to share a different screen because I'm just seeing the slide.
Okay, so give me a second. Pause this. You were seeing just the slide?
Yeah, just the static slide. So I think you might have to share a different screen.
Okay, let me do that again. Sorry.
Good old Zoom.
The mishap of technology. Do that again. Let me get started. Are you seeing now the video? Yes?
Yes. Yay.
Okay, great. So I was saying, when you are in VR, you're completely surrounded by the data. And it's like, looking, you can inspect the data from any angle. And in 3D, and then you can bring different data sets, like, seismic images, well images, and it's all about integrating data all the way from basin scale to pore scale. And not only that, but you get people in the same environment. So that's the kind of gives you a line of sight of the VR. The other thing that we have is the desktop version. We have a partnership with RPS, who has a fantastic global collection of outcrop analogues. And we have made this available through our desktop version. I like to call it the Netflix of geoscience, because basically it gives you on-demand access and to analog data from across the world. So if I click on this video, you will see basically, it's analog data, reservoir data from, continental classics, marine, shallow marine, deep water marine, etc., etc. Once you click on one of those icons, you get into the outcrop model. Let me just get there. And it's completely interactive. And then you can, start doing your interpretations, and all these models have annotations and full context on the different outcrop analogues. So it's fully interactive, and as I said, you get to collaborate with people from around the world. And as an example of that, before that, we are also bringing a Core Explorer. So this is really exciting. It's going to be available on the website, on the web, in via web, and will enable users to see and visit virtual core stores, so bringing all their core digital data, and enable an automatic integration of the data sets. So for example, here you are comparing two wells, and with the click of a button, you get automatic load of the thin sections of that particular sidewall core at the right depth. All that's done automatically. So it's going to be great for core descriptions. So I was talking about how we take teams to different locations. So this is a beautiful example for a course for Ecopetrol, the Colombian national company. We had Ben Niller and Vicky Valdez doing a virtual field trips to the water reservoirs. They were located in Aberdeen and Brazil, and the teams in Ecopetrol were in Houston, Bogota, and Rio. And they joined simultaneously and went to virtual field trips in Tibet, France, Chile, and Argentina, and Mexico, looking at fantastic outcrop models and related data. And, you know, this is an opportunity that you wouldn't get in real life, you know, but now technology enables us to do that.
That's so true. And I love the fact that this is an example of training that you did for Stratbox in Suriname, because I know that Suriname and also Guyana are requiring, the governments are requiring the companies to provide training and workforce development for their nation. And so this is a wonderful way to do it. And then you can integrate it in with a learning management solution or virtual learning environment like Moodle, where people can go into your platform, come back out, and do the assessments. They can be multiple choice, they can be short answer, they can be identification, and then do the assessment, get passed, and then like get a certificate.
Yeah, that's just that's something that we hadn't thought about it, but it's a very good idea, Susan. Really great, because it will be bringing the best out of the 3D world into the 2D space of neuron. Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, you know, we are partnered with. We are not a training company, but we partner with experts in the industry who want to use the platform to deliver, you know, their own courses. And we are working with Tip Michael, which is an expert on CCS from the Bureau of Economic Geology, and Julian Reis, an expert explorer ex-Shell. They're going to be teaching a course on the geoscience of carbon capture and storage at the end of September. Like this, you know, there are these other courses that we've been done with Ben Nielen virtual deep water outcrop models, the one I was showing you earlier. And there are other lists of courses with RPS that are available through the platform. I'm gonna stop sharing now. But it's, you know, it's been really exciting working and developing with this technology, you know, it's also, we're also looking to help universities. We think, again, you know, give more opportunities to the students to see more examples from around the world. And,
I love that. And for example, just thinking about what you were talking about, the analogues. So somebody can go on a field trip, for example, to say Ventura and look at deep marine clastics, turbidites. And then, like you were just showing, there are other examples in the repository. So they can, while it's still fresh in their mind, they can go and see it in 3D. And then, like you said, collaborate.
So let me, actually, you want to go on a little field trip?
I'd love to.
So I'm just launching Stratbox here. Rather than showing you a video, I'll take you straight to the application live. So let me just
I love it.
Let me just share my screen, the right screen.
Yeah.
Otherwise you see my very messy desktop. So I'm just signing in here. Go through the map application. We're connected with satellite imagery.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I wanted to do this to enable people to start, you know, integrate the regional context and go from, you know, the basin scale all the way down to the basins. So here on the satellite imagery, you know, you're able to, you know, on your own interpretations, etc., etc. But we also are able to jump from here straight into the outcrop model, so we will get to the catalog. So these are some data that we have from Colombia, but I wanted to take you through like an example from, I mean, we could go from anywhere from here, but I'm gonna show you a beautiful example from County Clare in Ireland on the water deposits.
Okay, great.
So,
I also love the fact that you have cores incorporated, and then you can actually do that cool integrative correlations from the outcrop to the core to the well signature to the seismic.
yes. So let me actually, I think I might not have this one updated, but let me show you one of that integration that you are showing with this example from Google Doc. So here, this is just downloading at the moment. That's why.
So if you download them to the desktop, they load instantly, right? So you're actually accessing the cloud right now.
Exactly, I'm accessing the cloud. So this is in optimized downloading. So and I can just go on and explore it on any way I can. But what we are seeing here are it's a cliff in Dorset to the southern coast of England. Southern coast of England, and as we're seeing the Cretaceous shock. So as you can see, there are possibly some slums going into this direction, right? You see that, and people bathing right underneath. But what is interesting here is you right there, you have in the offshore, slightly in the offshore, you get these vertical beds, almost vertical beds. These are Jurassic limestones that we have on this direction, right? So when we bring a cross section, you actually can bring an interpretation of a cross section and bring it right at the same scale as the outcrop, and being able to see this in context. And actually what you are seeing here is that the
that's amazing.
The shock is there. You get the kind of on the beach, the soft material is the Walden, and then the Jurassic limestones here. And that correspond actually to an inverted flank of the frontal flank of an inversion structure on this area. So it's a nice way to put things in context. Like if you, rather than just seeing the acromation, you are able to put everything together. And like that, you can make a seismic line. This is how the big inversion structure looks on seismic. And just you can do the interpretations on that. So sorry, let me go back to this. We could see some of the examples from the water. Let me see if this one is gonna load now. Or I could open one of the beautiful examples. I don't think I have that one activated on my database. So let me just go back to. Oh, actually, it loads. Here it is. So this is a beautiful 3D example of submarine logs in County Clare in Ireland. And what I really like, this is about a 30-meter. Sorry, let me get this. This is about a 30-meter cliff. And when you are on the field, it's impossible really to get that close to this cliff because it's just, you just cannot do it. But this has been flown with drones and you're able to see that.
Oh, wow. You can even see the Valva sequences.
Yeah, look at that beautiful submarine log.
Yes, yeah, there's a slump. Yeah.
Yeah, just submarine log termination there, and you get it's like a compensation. Oh, sorry, let me just do this. Delete that line from here. And how is it? just get this on here. How you get the compensation on here. But the great thing is, if we're gonna be connected, we could be working together on this. If you had a copy, we should have planned this better, and we have give you a session, a copy of the software, and we would be working together on this session. But it shows quite nicely the architecture, and right on top of here, you start seeing sort of overcompensated funds just going through there.
It's just so fascinating because you can actually see and envision how there's reservoir connectivity or there's not, and also how you might have fluid migration because you see the joints and the faults. So you can't really see the fractures, but you can see faulting.
Yeah, exactly. And another beautiful, and then you can compare with just with different examples from across the world, as you were saying, or of different tectonic settings. I love this other example from County Clare. Let me see which one is. Yeah, talking about the reservoir continuity. Let me see if this one is loading. Yeah, it's just downloading right now. So this is not far from where we were. And actually, this is a sequence that is completely folded.
And these were all collected with drones. Did you collect these, or were these part of RPS?
No, I collected these ones.
Oh my goodness!
And I was in Ireland for about 10 days, and I was lucky to have the kind of the only week that gets sunny over there.
So wow, that was lucky. Now you were using drones, and then the software, if I remember correctly, you were using Pix4D. Is that what you?
Pix4D for mapping or drone deploy.
Oh, drone deploy, yes.
And bring them on the platform.
Nice.
So what you see here is a sequence of fans of the Ross formation. This is Carboniferous, and immediately on top of that you see this mass transport complex that is just standing over here, and it's all folded in a syncline structure. As you go, you get a syncline structure, and that's the continuation of the MTC over here. You see it there. And then you get the sequence of the upper sequence of the reservoir, but the reservoir is changing, and as you go, so I'm just doing this very quickly, as you go in the upper section, what you have is just going into this channel complex. So you go.
That's really fascinating. And honestly, there's just absolutely no way to get there unless maybe helicopter.
Well, you actually, on this base, you can get to that. You can walk through this, but not everybody can go to Ireland, right?
Yeah.
So
that's true. Yeah, you need Ireland in the first place. Yeah. Well, this is great. So we want to kind of wrap up, but just to think about this, what are your plans for the future?
So in the future, we are, let me just stop sharing here. So we are bringing the Core Explorer, which is going to be via web. And we also are going to bring Stratbox Web, which are going to enable the users to share outcrop models, share interpretations, like if you were in Google Docs, for example.
Nice.
Right? So it's all about sharing and collaborating, and being able to have these collaboration sessions with a very easy user interface. And then at the moment, the VR version and the desktop version are separate. So we're gonna bring them together so users could connect in virtual reality and Stratbox in desktop from wherever they will be working.
Oh, that's wonderful. So if somebody wants to get in touch with you, what is the best way to do so?
So they could go through our webpage. It's www.imagereality.com. But given my pronunciation, I'll better show it to you. Just give me a second.
I'll put this in the show notes also. So it's imaged reality
with D at the end. And reality.com. Let me just do one thing here. So it's so the page is imagereality.com. And if people want to try the app, they just come here and can download directly the platform.
Oh, that's great. So there's a free 2-week trial license. And then also people can sign up for the courses that use your platform. So that's really cool too.
That's right. So if you come here to the news, you will see the information in the next upcoming course, which is this geoscience carbon capture and storage with Tim Meckel and Julian Reis.
That's nice. Well, we definitely want to explore doing more. And I also want to follow up with the idea of discussing exactly how to create a Moodle template where you could integrate that in with some easy to deploy assessments.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll be interested. And, we are open to partnerships and to collaborate with experts.
Nice.
I also would like to take advantage of the opportunity, and we're going to begin a second fundraising round. So whoever is interested in becoming an investor, welcome to have a chat.
Oh, perfect. Great. Well, I want to thank everyone who is watching, and we've been speaking to Claudia Ruiz-Graham of Imaged Reality about Stratbox and all the new different platforms and products with that. And really want to say thank you.
No, I want to say thank you, Susan. Huge thank you for the opportunity to allowing us to share what we are doing in Imaged Reality and with Stratbox. And really, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.